Gaff, I think it's fair to say that was a hard-earned 3 points day. What's your reaction to it?
It was always going to be. New manager, big crowd. They're all trying to impress the new manager. We knew that, when Darren came here, Darren Shaw, that he's got a particular game that I said we would end up seeing, and sometimes you have to emulate that, because you have to turn them, because it's very hard to go from back to front when every time you give it away the ball's going down your throat. And I thought that the centre halves did fantastic against some real big boys out there. There was 6 of them that were over 6'3", you know what I mean? Maybe more, including the goalie, it might be 7. And we had to defend, we had to be brave, even our little ones had to be brave. And as I say, it was a different game. We showed some good quality at times, and we did catch them on the break a couple of times, and we just couldn't finish. But 1-0 is as good as any here at Woking, and I'm pleased. Our supporters, although they didn't have a fantastic game like Saturday, but I did warn them through the press that it just wasn't going to be like that. Now I'd love us to play like Real Madrid, but unfortunately there's a few leagues between us and Real Madrid, and sometimes you have to try and turn them on occasions. And funny enough, we had a couple of great chances late on by taking up a little bit of pressure and then attacking them.
You mentioned that there were still some moments of real quality, and I think it's fair to say that a lot of that came from your side, and that was no more evident than for what turned out to be the winning goal from Armani Little. Lovely.
Oh, it's a fantastic move and a fantastic goal. We thought, and so did Connor, think that he was going to lay it back to Connor, but he said he decided just to take a breath and smash it in the top corner, and I thought it was a lovely goal. It was a real good strike, and it was nice. It's always nice to see a ball go in the net and other players be available to also tuck the ball in the net, which Connor was. So I thought, up front, Danny Wright did a great target man job. They were trying to come over the top of him, and he had to compete for 100 and something odd minutes again. I don't know where these minutes all come from, but anyway, our back three had to deal with a lot. Midfield because they were quite fit. And to be fair, they were on a good little bit of a run even under the previous manager. They turned the corner a little bit. So all in all, we move on to the next game, and we're all happy that we got a result. No goals against, even though they had a couple of chances. But I thought we were dogged back there, and when Sean needed to pull out a save, he did. So just pleased for the club, really. We move on again, yet another win and yet another game going into the next game that we'll start thinking about in about 5 minutes' time.
Do you think that in some ways you actually take extra satisfaction from a game like that is so tight? They say, like if you watch Match of the Day, that it's the mark of champions. Those decisive games where you win 1-0, it could go either way and all of that. Your team's found a different way to win rather than winning by 3 or 4 goals like they've been doing recently.
Yeah, well, what we had to do, we had to compete. We know we can play, but we had to compete because the ball was always going to be generally up in the air. And if you don't win the first, you better win the seconds, because they've got some athletic lads. And I just thought there was no shrinking violets, the words that I use. I told them that. I was pleased that all of them showed courage. I think sometimes when you're in the box and you're there underneath a ball and you've got a fella who's 6'6" who's just going to come and jump, smash you into the net and the ball, then you've got to be brave. And to be fair, we was. So, I'm really pleased with the 1-0 win, and I'm just pleased to get away, unscathed. I don't think there was too many people injured. Before you asked me, Lapsley just had a little feeling in his hip flexor. So, we're hoping that he'll be ready for Monday. We couldn't really risk it today, but I thought Chori did a good job in there. He was athletic, got around, and made a few tackles.
And finally, Gaffer, there was over 600, I think 646 was the official figure of the travelling Yellow Army today. They were fantastic once again. You're going to need them and more again at Plainmoor on Monday, because that's another big game now.
Well, the motivation with the lads for the first half before the game was that we're in the entertainment business, I know I've said it before, and these 700 people have taken the time out of their Easter. Probably got kids at home that are eating their Easter eggs, but sitting in the garden trying to have an holiday. And some of the kids are here, of course. And you just got to be grateful to the support and everything we can give them. We want to give them. Some games are going to be cosmic, other games are just going to be hard graft. And that was what that was today. So again, we got to thank them, because the effort that goes into travelling nowadays, especially through Easter, they won't get home till Monday, will they? Maybe, but they'll be there Monday, and just creating that belief. That's what we've been saying for a couple of weeks. We got to believe in this group of lads, and believe in the club, and we'll see where it takes us.
Well, Gaffer, thank you for joining us, and congratulations on a fabulous 3 points today.
Appreciate it, as always.